A for leaving without explanation after Emil pretended not to hear me. I 32F have a 7mo daughter with my husband 34M. My country does ensure a long maternity leave for up to 2 years. However, I am self-employed and cannot afford to lose my clients, so I try to work while my daughter is sleeping and during the weekends. Lately she's been teething, so I'm operating on little to no sleep. I have an issue with my MIL. She does what she wants despite people asking her not to and then says, oops, or denies doing it. Things like that. It was annoying before the baby, but after she was born it has become insufferable. Husband talked to her and set boundaries, so she stopped doing that when my husband is present, but she was still doing it when it's only me in the room. So we agreed she cannot visit when husband is not at home and husband is not to leave me alone with her. Because of these boundaries we did not see them for 1.5 months. They live 2 hours away and we did not find a mutually good time. They finally came over last Sunday. 20 minutes into the visit my FIL wants to see a lawnmower that has broken down, so my husband goes into the backyard with him, leaving me, the baby and ML inside. She's drinking coffee and eating cake. She sits next to my daughter on her playmat and tries to feed her some of her cake. I immediately told her no, she can't have that. ML pretends not to hear me and proceeds putting her spoon to my daughter's closed mouth. I repeat, stop doing that, she can't have cake yet and definitely not from your spoon. Still she pretends not to hear me. I repeat it again, still nothing, and now there's cake on my baby's face and she's fussing. So I grab my daughter and go to my husband and FIL, subtly gesturing him to come back inside. After about 5 minutes Emil decided to go outside too and was approaching me and the baby. I gestured to my husband again and he made an annoyed face. I had no energy to deal with any of this, so I stood up, went inside, grabbed baby bag and car keys and went to the car without saying a word. Mel asked me where I was going and I ignored her. I drove to my sister's, which is about 15-minute drive. There were some missed calls from my husband, so I texted him where we were, and that we'll be back in the evening. It was time for my daughter's nap, and she fell asleep breastfeeding, so my sister told me to go sleep too. After she woke up and had her milk, my sister took her and told me to go back to sleep. I slept 3 hours in total and my phone was on silent, so my husband's calls were ignored, and apparently his parents left disappointed and Mil cried. My husband is furious I did this. We're still fighting about it. He can't believe I was so rude and took the baby away when his parents came to see her after such a long time. He's angry I couldn't have waited a few minutes so that he could finish talking about the lawnmower. I told him I'm too exhausted to deal with this shit. He left me alone with Emil despite our agreement, so I left. Ida?